Welcome to the most interactive airsoft show on the interwebs. It's the Valken Debrief Airsoft live show. Each and every episode is sponsored by the fine folks at Enola Gaye. Also, don't forget to sign up for the largest growing airsoft community in the world, known as the Valken Alliance. You can link up with other Alliance members throughout your region on our Facebook groups by just searching the Valken Alliance. We also offer Alliance sponsorships for qualified airsoft teams. And the Valken Debrief also shares local and national airsoft events so you don't miss out what's going on in your region. We also give away some sweet products from time to time, so the more you interact, the greater the chance you could win. And we work hard to bring you new and exciting special guests during each episode. You can also find us at many airsoft events throughout the world. And if you miss any of our live casts, you can always catch the rewind on our YouTube channel or Soundcloud. So sit back and get ready for your Valken Debrief.
Warning, the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for immature airsoft players. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences with common sense only.
Hey guys, it's Chris from Enola Gaye, and it's time for Valken Debrief Live.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Valken Debrief. This is episode number
86.
86, and we are broadcasting live.
We are one more than Ocho Cinco. We've beaten you, Chad. You're our bitch.
We are broadcasting live from the beautiful Colorado Ranch.
In Colorado Springs, Colorado. Got to mention that. Little Southern Colorado.
We don't want them to know exactly where we are.
They don't know the street
It's
address.
the conspiracy
Have
theory.
you seen
Come
the
on.
size of this town? It's huge.
It is huge.
It's huge.
It is huge.
If you don't know, look
and
it
we
up.
do have a
Big town.
glorious view.
It is glorious.
We do.
And don't think you can track us down with the view, because that's the view you get from all over this lovely town.
It is.
Everywhere you go. Poor, rich, bad neighborhood, good neighborhood, you can see Pikes Peak.
Yeah.
But we're full. Don't move here.
Yes.
We're full.
So thank you for watching or listening. I am the Kaiju, the Supreme Commander of the Valken Alliance, and to my right, your left.
This is the Peltas. Fill-in name here.
Yes.
Or here it actually
We've been
came
getting
above
some interesting suggestions.
My wife talked a little, has a few. They're not radio appropriate, I don't think. There's Soto had a good one with Old Gray or Gandalf the Gray. I don't know if I'm ready to be Gandalf the Gray. I'm not.
No, you're not. You're not that gray yet. We would have to start coloring your beard.
I'm more Gandalf
some
bald at this point. That's more rounded than choice. Or Gandalf the
That's
Fat.
why I shave my head, because you can't. Then you can't tell that I'm
still
going
holding
bald.
on. I have a good 2 weeks after I get a haircut where I don't look that bald, and then it grows out and I look terrible again. But for those 2 weeks, I'm living for those 2 weeks nowadays. Just living.
Nice. We hope everybody had a great 4th of July weekend.
I did. A little barbecuing.
Oh, dude,
Got the truck fixed.
I barbecued like every day.
I only barbecued one day. I had work to do for the 4-day. My truck's been down for a while. Had to do the truck. Had some housework that needed to be done. I'm a boring guy in my.
Did the kid help you at least?
Yeah, a little bit. He picked up
bit?
weeds. He did weeds. A little bit.
Oh, I meant with the truck.
Oh no, dude! It's like an F-250 diesel. like he can't even climb up on the motor. I can barely climb up on the motor anymore. I'm getting kind of old. No, good weekend.
Good, yeah.
Good. Feeling refreshed, ready to push on into the rest of summer.
I know, right? It's so weird coming back from a short week and then coming back the first work day, and you're just like, your internal clock just feels off.
It's wrong.
Yes.
It's wrong. Like the sun is out, it's sunny, I should be picnicking, or we got beautiful mountains here up in the mountains, or heaven forbid, playing a little airsoft in your time off. A little bit of airsoft.
I know, right?
Why did we do that? We're bad. We're really bad. Oh.
Yeah. Well, a major event host didn't have an event scheduled for this weekend, so.
So if you're listening out there, guys, ruin 4th of July for us. We'll be there.
With bells on.
With bells on. I like it.
So whether
for today.
Whether you are watching on Facebook or YouTube or listening on SoundCloud or iTunes, don't forget to hit that like and share button.
Should be like right here on your screen.
Somewhere.
Right here?
No, it's
here-ish.
over. Is it over here?
Is it over here?
I think it's over here.
It looks like a bell. Push the goddamn bell. That's what we're saying. Push it.
Oh.
Sorry.
For those of you that don't know, Peltest
is my new partner in crime, co-host here on the Valken Debrief.
Road Dog, the whole nine
So, smash that heart button, the O face, if you love it.
Say you like us. If not,
No, like him.
Oh, like me.
It's for him.
Otherwise, they'll
Smash.
fire me. They'll fire me in a heartbeat.
And you know how many interns we have fired over the past year and a half.
There was literally tens of messages asking for me to be on this show. Tens of them. Do you hear that? And so you got to keep sending them in. It's such a small amount. My fan base is so small.
Yeah. So we want to do a big shout out to our sponsors. First, Enola Gaye. Every
Smoke
episode.
out your friends and enemies.
Yes. Enola Gaye is graciously sponsoring us for 2019. No Chris and the guys over there in
Beautiful
Nevada.
beards over there. Beautiful beards in that group. There's some beautiful ones.
I don't know if Chris can grow a beard.
I'm talking about.
Darren.
Yeah, Darren. Sorry.
Yes, Darren.
That is a gorgeous accomplishment he's got there, and you can tell he takes care of it. He puts some work into that. Not like me. I just don't want to shave it.
So head on over to enolagay.com for all your smoke grenade, pyrotechnic, and apparel needs. They got hoodies, t-shirts. They got these cool gloves that have little pistols on them.
Would you say that they're a lifestyle brand at this point?
I would say they are.
Lifestyle brand.
I would say they are. And if you didn't know this, they're going to be coming out with a new survival line. There's not a lot out there on it. Darren snuck some words in there on the ASAP podcast.
Want to give those guys a call and say, hey, you got some new cool stuff to talk about. We got a place to talk.
I know, right?
Do you want to come talk?
Exactly.
We should call them up. So let us know if you'd like to have a little conversation about that with those guys.
Yep.
And then bother them and tell them to call us.
And don't forget, the show is also powered by the Valken Alliance, largest growing group of player network.
Get your team sponsored, get some discounts, find out what's going on, some cool apparel. Also, they're linked to a small company, I think, of some kind.
But we don't talk about it.
Yeah, we don't talk about it.
So once you sign up, it's for free. Head on over to Facebook, search Valken Alliance on Facebook. Join your local regions, or region, sorry.
Rockies is the best.
Yes.
Even if you're not from the Rockies, come join our region.
I know. Come join our region. We do not discriminate.
We're both transplants. You can be too. But you can't move here.
Oh my goodness. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. So
topic for the day, you want to cover this?
So topic of the day. So we have, we got two OGs here. Old guys. OG stands for old guys.
Original gangsta.
I got
a
real
little
cholo.
Bit of street cred.
He's a cholo.
Irish cholo, but a cholo nonetheless.
So we were kind of reminiscing about the transition of gear.
Where does it all come from?
Yeah,
Why do you guys wear what you wear? Is it just because the video games say you should wear it? Is it because you saw it on YouTube? Is it because your favorite airsofter told you to wear it? Why are you wearing what you're wearing?
We always get the same question, like, what gun should I get? But nobody ever really asks, like, what gear should I get? It's basically on personal preference, but we just kind of wanted to recap,
maybe give a little history
where
lesson.
gear has come from. Yeah. We're not here to say what, like, this is better than that. It's like
show you some options on why you would be using one thing versus another, so you can make an informed decision.
Yeah, because it actually came out of you were interviewing me last week, and it's like, hey, are you full up? Loadout heavy, or are you a light fighter? And and so we're gonna with the transition of gear, how it's changed from like the Vietnam War to now.
Which
also
because it hasn't, like, you have this block from like the 1950s to about 1998 where it didn't change.
It didn't change. No, it didn't at all.
And in the last 20 years, we've seen everything.
It's changed like every 2 years.
Yeah, there's some new way to hang your shit. There's some new way to carry your plates. There's some new way to mount your gun. Every month there's something new. Like, it's insane. I can't keep up with it.
Because this little brainstorm started like, hey, plate carrier versus micro rig or light fighter.
More than that.
It is. It's so crazy. So we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and then we're going to be back, and we're going to do some show and tell. So we got a special spinny thing back here. That's the technical term. So we'll,
I'm going to Vanna White.
No, you're going to be like my QVC.
Yeah, Vanna White.
It's going to be like Ricky Bobby. It's like, what do I do with my hands? What do I do with these hands? So,
just like, well, these, I don't know what to do.
All right, so we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back to talk about the evolution
of kit,
when we're just going to be focusing on torso.
How about this? This is the Geardo episode. The Geardo episode.
The Geardo?
Geardo.
Geardo?
Geardo.
Well, then we have to put an E at the end.
Why?
Because that's how you pronounce dough.
No, like dough, like dude, not like
dough,
deer. No,
a deer.
Like dough. No, like dude, like ignorant, bad English. That's what I'm talking about.
Geardo.
This is grunt English, man.
Okay,
this is not
grunt.
like Webster's.
Gotcha.
Okay? All right.
Gotcha. All right. We'll be right back right after this quick break.
Finally.
So this is Gunfire, and you are watching Valken Debrief.
The shortest path to your target is always a straight line. Be sure to check out Valken's full line of highly polished precision BBs made in Taiwan. The Valken Accelerate Pro Match BB is available now at your local Valken authorized dealer.
Welcome back to the Valken Debrief, episode number
86?
86.
Ocho seis. I got it right this time. Ocho seis.
Yeah, I don't even know Spanish.
Okay, I'm trying.
Sorry.
For our South American viewers, actually, there's events in Mexico now, so there could be Spanish-speaking viewers that are watching this right now.
We actually, like, whenever I do Instagram Live at like 2 in the afternoon, everybody from Spain, Portugal, they're all watching over there. I'm like, oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they might. Should we have like an all Spanish episode maybe at some point?
You know, put it down in the comments because we've always been trying to find that sweet spot for a time slot. You know, I mean, we started at 4 in the afternoon Mountain Time, so we started 6 p.m. Eastern.
Now we're 8.
Then we went to 9 p.m. Eastern, but that was like way too late, and we dropped off a bunch of folks. But when we were at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific,
International.
There was a ton of people watching us in the Pacific time zone.
What time is that in Spain?
So 6 Eastern is noon in Spain.
I figured it out. I've got it. So that's the lunch crowd rush. They're sitting there eating their lunch.
That's
Airsofters who have normal jobs, normal days, sitting eating their lunch, and what happens to pop on perfect for them from America? Airsoft Debrief.
No, that's true.
You know
so if you're one of our international viewers,
Valken Debrief, excuse me.
You know, hey, put in the comments what you think a good time, Central European time or GMT, but be specific when you post it of, you know, when you would like to watch the show.
We could maybe just, maybe sometime do an earlier live broadcast if we get enough people who want to watch it from another time zone, we could maybe do something a little earlier for them sometime or something like that. You think maybe?
You know, and we could do premieres on the Valken Airsoft Europe page. That's conducive to their times as well.
Very cool.
They could get a pre-peek.
If you want it, let us know. We'll do it. I got nothing better to do but entertain all of you. I am your dancing monkey. I'm here for you. All right. So what are we starting out with? A little show and tell.
Old school, right?
We're gonna go way back in the Wayback Machine right now, boys and girls. So our first item up on the block.
Our first item up for bid.
Will be familiar to an American infantryman or allies. Starting in 1957, if I'm right, is when the LC or load carrying equipment, and you'll see in just a second right here as we switch over to our second camera, which consisted basically of a suspenders and a pistol belt kit, and you could put mag pouches on there, normally 2, and these old school mag pouches used to carry 3 magazines, M16 mags, and they had these really neat grenade holders on the outside, so you actually could hold 4 grenades too.
Yeah.
Kind of ingenious old school engineering.
Because those would be good now for the EG-67
They
BB
actually would be
grenades. I know,
perfect
right?
for those. So if you guys are doing like a Vietnam kit, basically anything from Korea up until like Desert Storm,
or not even a Vietnam kit, but a communist old Warsaw block. I mean, they use this stuff in Central and South America still.
Still all the time. Actually, I had a old school set that when I was still at NCO, that was like my go to the land nav range outfit. Like just, like a canteen and a mag pouch for my lickies and chewies, and that was it.
That's what I wore when I was a commander for Centurion, the Centurion event, Pathfinder down in Pitcher, Oklahoma, and and it was bought as a kit on Amazon. Yeah. It was like really cheap. I think it was like $30 Amazon Prime.
So here's the selling point to this, boys and girls. All of the items you see here, and make sure you get yourself this style connector when you do it, because the old metal connectors are
they suck.
unpleasant, and they rust and they get stuck and they dig holes in your tum-tum. So look for the plastic kind of clip setup. You can put this whole thing together for even less than on Amazon. If you want to go to your local surplus store,
Yeah,
they got
you can-
piles of this shit.
Yeah.
Piles of it.
Yeah.
Like you can get a pistol belt for $5, the suspenders for $5. Canteens, or they're pretty much giving them away at this point.
Yeah, and this was designed to be worn over your frag vest. You
The
know,
old Pasjet.
yeah,
Pasg.
PASG.
Which, if you're ever wondering, if you see the kind of just straight Kevlar old Pasjet vests, if you wondered what they were good for, it was making you hot and not stopping bullets, because they didn't stop a thing.
And there was no Haley flat packs or anything like that.
None of that, man.
There
You
was,
just made it.
There were these big
Ooh, taking us homeschool. So,
Alice packs.
your companion to your LC for a long time is American Infantryman. These are what I was originally issued in 05. That was like, we didn't have Molly in Korea. It was crazy.
Yep.
We were just getting that stuff. So this came in three flavors. So you're seeing a slightly modified version of the classic Army Alice pack here. It's the modification.
Not the brand Classic Army.
Sorry, a classic, Army piece of equipment.
Classical
Army.
Yeah,
There we go.
vintage.
So what you're seeing here is, it comes back around, the modifications mainly are going to be on the buckles, are snap buckles now.
Because before they were just completely cinched through, and you had to
loosen
move
all
them
the
off to
way.
the side.
Yeah, it's
and-
awful.
yeah.
Also, Bob has moved us here to the traditional. This is a fancy modification, because the traditional grunt modification is you take
just
a
a
GI
little-
towel. Yeah, you take a GI towel and wrap it up there with
Yeah.
a bunch of 100-mile-an-hour tape. This is
Dude,
much
Ranger
nicer.
Joe's at Fort Benning, they had all this kind of stuff. It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was
that
great.
That was I never wandered in
But
there. I never had money.
basically the design is, and I'm going to hold it up here. The difference being is you didn't have like breathable mesh, or I'm going to bring it down lower.
This is nylon.
You didn't have
It's not
breathable
great.
mesh. So basically this frame pulled away from your body so it would allow air to pass through, you know, and so as you can see, there's quite a bit of gap where air would pass through and make room for your gear. And
Did not feel like that when you're wearing it though.
no, it didn't. But you know, when they would say rucksack flop, literally you wouldn't take this off. You would just literally flop against a tree and.
So
it would be
just
good
for
to
you
go.
who don't know, don't put that away just yet. I just want to show one thing off before we get rid of it. So
What?
for you guys, you see everybody trying to put these on like a normal backpack. Little tip when you get one full of stuff. Turn it upside down like so. Grab it by the stick your hands in the straps, grab it, and flip it over your back. That's how you do not hurt yourself.
That's right. We would take it like this. So we would loosen up the straps.
Hold it, and then you just drop it down your back.
Right here. And we would just
Boom.
drop it down, just like that.
And it seems awkward, but that's actually the best way not to hurt yourself, because if you
It
try
actually
and stand,
sits up pretty high.
Yeah, if you try and throw it on like a normal backpack, you have to.
Not going to work.
You move a little bit weird, especially if you're wearing body armor. It can sit weird on your body armor. Keep in mind, in real life, if you're wearing this, you got either an IBA or a plate carrier underneath it. In addition
Yes.
to all your other crap. Does not sit that close.
All right, what else we got?
To give you a modern look, this is a little modified, some of my stuff. This would be a modified modern LC.
With an H harness.
With an H harness.
So the LBE, LCE was for load bearing or load carrying equipment, and now we've gone to an H harness that, you know, just kind of distributed the
Weight a little better.
weight a little bit better and added more molly.
So advantages to going with a LCE or a weight system, guys, is it's going to push a lot of the weight of your gear down to your butt. If you're an outdoor player, it's going to let you get lower to the ground compared to a plate carrier. It's going to provide less stress on your shoulders because you're splitting the weight between your shoulders and your hips. Disadvantages, you can see there's not a lot of room. You get room for a couple mag pouches, maybe a
Real
radio.
estate.
Yeah,
When he means
real
room,
estate.
it's
Real estate.
real estate.
Mounting
Now,
your crap.
you know, when Molly first started coming around, you're able to you can reposition stuff. It's like you really couldn't do that before. Like when you had
could move, like, sideways
remember the
and that was
original Black Hawk zip up vests and stuff was just stuck.
Hold on.
Oh wait,
Oh, wait.
yes, he. Do you have that?
I'm going to dig in. I got something close to it.
Oh, he's gonna dig
Wow.
into the magic bag. So, you know, the old zip up Black Hawk.
So this is what it
vest like
kind of
this.
looks like, except this is a modified Molly version.
That's a Molly version. Yeah, hold
Yeah.
that up there.
Hold on, let me get my headset back on real quick. So this actually, fun story about this, guys, and girls, is this is actually a custom-made piece that I had made in a tailor shop right when I was getting done in Korea. So this is not from any company. This is a couple different ideas that I saw from different spots. And what differentiates this from the Blackhawk vest that Bob's talking about, excuse me, Kaiju, is that the pouches were affixed to the old vest, the old shooter's vest is what you're talking about.
Yeah,
right?
the old shooter vest. They were you had no option. It was literally 2 double mag pouches on the left. You had your pistol hard sewn in pouch holster on the
Maybe
right.
a couple buckshot.
It's because everybody carries shotgun shells, even
because
though
it looks fucking awesome when it's on your shit, right?
I know, right?
If you don't have one. And so why I had this made personally is just I like the idea of those shooter's vests, and this fits over the IBAS Interceptor body armor system really well.
Yeah.
This kind of matches the IBAS, so I could just slip it over whether
And if you raise it up so they can see
Sorry.
those little tabs on the bottom, that held the
pistol belt,
the LCE or LBE pistol belt.
So this is a design 45 years later than the original LCE, and it's still integrating with the LCE stuff. Kind of crazy. Who we got next?
I don't know.
Let's go.
My stuff's still too modern.
Okay, I got some relatively older Army stuff.
So you were showing, oh my gosh.
Okay, so this is
so we went from the 1-quart canteen to the 2-quart canteen.
So
that
for
was
you guys who
it's the first military messenger bag.
Yep.
Is pretty much what it was.
Here's the best part about it, guys. You guys have your hydration camelbacks, whatever you want to call it, hydration pouch or whatever now. Back in the day, this is what we had. And what was wonderful about it is you could lay on this sucker, you could fall on it, you could throw it, and it never popped. Never popped. And you're saying, hey, that still sucks. I have to unsling it or get it off my gear so I can drink from it. But au contraire, mon frere, because what we have right here is normally for an NBC environment, that's your drinking tube.
Okay, that doesn't matter in airsoft. We don't care about that.
But they sold an external plug to it so you could turn this into a camelback. Did you ever see this?
This was like
the original camelback.
The original camelback right here.
Pretty cool. And still pretty useful. This one still gets used to.
It was a great pillow. It
was fantastic.
It was a great pillow.
You would see just hordes of brand new privates at basic training places walking around with these slung around.
This is basically what it was.
Look at the difference in the bladder on this.
It was a rubber canteen.
Thick, guys. It's more of a bladder than what we call a bladder nowadays. All right. What else? Oh, I got some more Army stuff.
Oh my gosh, show and tell.
Okay. So, moving to the more modern stuff, this is what was issued.
Oh, so now we start getting into these aren't chest rigs. These were
TAP panels. TAP, Tactical Assault Panel is what the nomenclature is on it.
Right, and this was before the modular placards. Okay, so.
And what was great about these is that you could. So this is the chest rig accessory that comes with it. So you could wear your stuff as a chest rig. If you just were training, or let's say you're in a low-threat environment, you don't want to wear your body armor, you just need something to hold shit. And then you took this...
Hold on, I'm going to hold this better.
Sorry. Then you took the chest rig part off, and you were left with these snaps, and then you had snaps that went on your plate carrier, and you could just snap it on if you were like, let's say you were a mechanized guy, or you're in a truck. It was a way that you could have all your crap, but still be able to reach the steering wheel.
Because
really nice.
Remember, okay, so there was a significant transition from, you had pistol holsters on web belts, but then, and there was stuff like on your legs, right? But then there was a transition
really for a couple years.
when we started doing a lot more, and probably the first Desert Storm, when we started getting into really mechanized warfare on a large scale, things started moving. Pistols started moving up to
chest.
I
got a funny story.
Drop leg holsters weren't that great anymore because they started moving up to the hip, because when you're sitting in that position,
you spent a lot of time in trucks. That's what changed it.
And that's what it was. So, and then more of your kit started moving from your belt up to your chest.
And what was crazy is when I was in Korea in 05-06, it was just that transition where we were getting the move from a lot of invasion type veterans to more counterinsurgency guys, guys who were less invaded Iraq and Afghanistan, more my generation of guys who, we were fighting kind of like a dirty, we had to, it was small unit actions kind of thing. And you could see that the guys who had gone through the invasion and more of the couple years, year or two post-invasion when it was a more formalized warfare, These guys had the new IBAS systems, which is the interceptor body armor, and they had gotten rid of the load-bearing equipment put on top of it, and they were putting their stuff right on their stuff. And you can see that a lot of guys still had old-school habits where they'd put all their magazines up here on their chest because they expected to lay on their stomach all the time. Then they go to Iraq. It's a city warfare thing. No one gets on their belly. People are running around up here. And so then you could see, like, as time went on, magazines started moving down again. It was crazy. It was like you could see live development. It was really cool.
So transitioning this to airsoft. So, back in the early 2000s, it was always about the RAV vest and these full vests that had integrated armor in them.
Do you have an example of that right now?
Oh no, I've sold all mine.
No, I meant like you got some plate carriers over
there.
there.
No, I'm talking. No, I'm talking
like the Ranger vest. The Ranger Recon
like the
vest?
maritime versions, the land versions.
Yeah.
All those vests where they had the full side cummerbunds. Like the Marines had, like they had the,
We had the collars, we had the DAPs that came down here, and then you had the side plates and the soft side plates underneath.
Because one of the first airsoft companies that was mainstream that you could get these replica vests was Pantac.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was Pantac, and it was a lot of nylon filled with a lot of foam, and that was what was most easily accessible. But the thing was, and that was pretty much the last time where it's like you would buy a full rig and it came with all the pouches. It's like nowadays everything is minimalist and you have to buy all these pouches separately.
That was the weirdest transition, because when I came from buying, I hate to say real steel, but when I was buying for my work, which was wearing this stuff for real, I never found anything that was a complete system. Like the only people was like Blackhawk maybe that were making a complete, you could buy it all in one, and this stuff was still really rare.
Yeah.
But previous to like 2012, like it's really hard to find any of this stuff that was used or anywhere else. Like you had to buy it new, and there was like one or two brands out there. There was like Tactical Tailor, Condor, and 511 was just getting into stuff, and Blackhawk was kind of selling to the shooter market, not the guys downrange market.
Right.
And so it was really hard to find all-in-one systems, especially when you're, private's paychecks, like $300 twice a month, $400 if you're lucky.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was hard. It's great having connected stuff now. What do we got next?
So so then there was a transition in airsoft to this whole your tier 1 rig, your tier 2, your tier 3.
Here's the question: why are those guys wearing that? And I'm not talking about the airsofters, the tier guys.
No, not tier guys. It's the level of equipment you're running.
I feel you.
Because before there was just just the belt. Then there's the belt with a plate carrier. Then there's the belt, the plate carrier, and your side cummerbunds, your backpack.
So here's the question about airsofters, because I wasn't in the sport.
Or maybe tiers are wrong. Maybe levels. I don't know. Somebody's going to correct me.
I don't know what a tier 1 guy. I don't know what an operator is. Like, do you know what an operator is? Because I don't.
And that's the thing. It's not the level of It's more of the level of your response gear, really. So, I'll throw up. So there was a big thing in airsoft that went to battle belts, and it was one of the easiest things to wear.
The cover of every shooter magazine for a while was all who had the coolest belt on.
Yes.
Forever.
Yes. And there were these thick belts with anywhere from 3 to 4 rows of Molly, or both, maybe 3 on the sides, and then it was thicker in the back.
I think mine has a thicker panel.
And and the inside could be breathable mesh, or this one is Hyperlon, I think, this rubberized stuff. And
oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but the thing, here's what was funny, is they all had these old school buckles for suspenders, but they never came with any.
Nope.
It's like, man, this is a lot of weight pulling down my pants,
What I did like about when I started shopping for these is that I did like I could mix and match suspender systems, because no one sold them together, so I could. So
we would have to go search for these suspenders and then incorporate them.
I was actually using LCE straps for a while with my battle belt to start up, because I could.
So this is one of my favorites, the HSGI, because this is bungee. This is bungee down here.
Hey, Danny. Love you, Danny, and over to HSGI.
HSGI Danny, give him a follow. And then how you configured it was just based on preference. So you had your pistol on your right-hand side, or you had a drop leg from the battle belt depending on what primary,
I don't want
handgun.
to cut you up, but there's something that just reminded me of. Guys, if you don't know this and you're new to the sport and you're new to shooting of any kind, when you put a drop leg on, guys, use a separate belt to support it. Don't use your pants, because that will fall.
It will pull your pants down.
I always have to remind people of this. Like when you have a drop leg or you have a holster, get a gun belt for it. Don't put it on your normal pants belt, otherwise they will be down at your legs.
Yeah. So you still see a lot of players running the battle belt. It's inexpensive. It's easy.
It's weights off your chest.
It frees up a lot of real estate on your chest.
And
what
I like most about when I'm using a system like that is it lets me breathe. The biggest thing I hated about wearing a body armor was it's just so hot all the time. Like there's just no escape from it. You're just hot and you have to live in it. And I liked the breathability aspect a lot better. Real estate always is a huge problem.
So I've kind of gone away from more mag pouches on my belt setup. As you see as it's coming around, there's only one mag pouch, and that mag pouch is for the one in my gun. So that one's typically empty.
So that's your 6+1.
That's my +1 right there. So sorry, you can't be my +1. I already have a +1.
He has a +1.
And
that's kind of +1.
But I go frag heavy. I'm typically in leadership role, so I have all these magazine pouches, and the space is to hold my pistol. And I have the dump pouch in the back. But the reason why I go frag heavy is because smoke is liquid courage. Okay, it's not liquid. Okay,
don't drink it.
I get it.
Don't drink it.
But it's literally liquid courage for an airsofter because airsofters get to a position, they stop, and oh my gosh, somebody's shooting at me. I can't move. Well, guess what? I'm going to put this invisible blue barrier in front of you.
You are now Predator.
It's what it is. That I didn't have to yell at people. I just, whoop, pop smoke. All right, go. And they got up and went. So that's why I go heavy smoke as, a leader.
Do you know what I called my LT back in the day? Whenever he would stick like the 10 mags on his gear, I'd be like, thanks for being my ammo bearer, sir. That's what always we'd tell him. We're like, it's great you want to carry those. I'm going to shoot them.
Because if I'm going through my full loadout as
things have gone
leader,
really bad.
Yeah, things have gone really bad. I shouldn't be the one that's shooting.
Leadership should not shoot at all.
So,
I'm talking to you, Kate.
So the battle belt has transitioned.
Ooh, this is some sexy shit you're about to see.
All right, the battle belt has transitioned. This is the Ronin Tactics Senshi belt. So now we're starting to get into this transition of
kind of like ultra
heavy loadout to full body armor. Everything. It's starting to transition like the mid 2000s to go. Well, not even mid 2000, maybe 2009, 2010.
I would say probably 10 or later because it didn't really start.
2010 to 2012.
Yeah, it's probably
2012. We'll say roughly in there. Yeah. Do your homework. I know people are going to be correct.
Call us wrong. Call us wrong right now.
So a transition went from full plate loading vests to plate carriers to minimalist.
The JPC look.
Yes,
basically.
The jumpable plate carrier.
So if you guys don't know, just to fill you in, jumpable plate carrier. That term comes from the fact that guys could not jump in body armor previously. You had to pack it away and you'd hit the ground, or you'd jump into a place and not have body armor. And that's an issue for a lot of guys, especially if you've ever seen, what's that movie, The Seals?
Because people, just because you're falling out of the sky, they're not going to cease fire and let you land on the ground.
And, what's that movie with the SEALs, Act of Valor? Have you seen that one with the real SEAls in it?
I can't remember.
Okay, so it's... If you ever see
I'm not a war movie buff. I'm a nerdy.
I'm not
movie
really
buff.
either, but this movie just has some wonderful American Justice, firepower type scenes, which they're fantastic. Just action scenes, great action scenes, like John Wick level.
Okay.
Acting's terrible otherwise.
Okay. Gotcha.
Because they're real SEALs. They don't know how to act. They know how to shoot guns. But there's this great part where they jump in early on to rescue this asset in Central America, and you can see very clearly they're kitted out. But when they hit the ground, they have to do this whole mission with no body armor because they can't jump with it. And this was as recently as, I think that movie was filmed in 07, 05, something like that. So the jumpable plate carrier comes from something that fits under your straps for a parachute. And I see a lot of people wearing them in airsoft and a lot of people doing reenactment. And the big thing is, where do you stick all your magazines? People go, I'm running out of space on that. And a lot of people run with this misconception that like the small plate carrier replaced the big plate carrier.
No, it didn't.
It just replaced it in small scenarios. Guys still want to have that big plate protecting their organs. Believe me, I do. You do too. Just small digression. Sorry.
No worries. And you've noticed we've gone away from the suspenders, and this has on the inside of the Ronin belt, it has hard Velcro hook because you're wearing your trouser belt is soft Velcro loop. So basically, you're not having to worry about suspenders holding your belt in place. Your belt's being held in place by
your belt.
by your trouser belt, you know. And so they've gone from a thick 3 to 4 row Molly belt to essentially a 2-row setup. So, and then, you know, we've gone from plastic buckles to Cobra buckles. I mean, like, heaven forbid, what did we do before Cobra buckles, you know?
Plastic buckles were a big deal for me. I mean, the old LCE, like you had to like do the hook and then you had to lock it down. Like you have no idea. Even plastic buckles are like space age, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But these are cool. I mean, these retention systems are. People don't appreciate buckles, and I know you're gonna make fun of me for saying this, but if something's gonna break when you're out in the field or you drop something or something gets hit by something, it's always plastic because the time when that stuff always happens is it's like 150 degrees outside or it's negative 30. And plastic does not do well in those conditions. And without fail, that's when you drop your vest or your IBAS or your belt, hits the ground, breaks, and now you're stuck until concluded with something that won't connect. And having something that retains all the time is a big deal, guys.
Yep.
You guys are a little bit spoiled, a little bit.
And then kind of rewind, we left the whole cummerbund.
I know.
Error. Before we went to the minimalist belt, we left because it was the minimalist belt before the minimalist plate carrier, getting rid of the cummerbund because, well, the cummerbund provided side protection because they had side plates.
It was also a weight spread issue too.
It was.
It spreads the weight off your shoulders.
It was a weight spread,
and
it was more real estate. So you had, you know, like LMG gunners.
Yep.
They could have another extra pouch to put, you know, a box mag there or an admin pouch or all this extra stuff
that became
that didn't fit, you know.
Well, magazines found their home here again.
It did.
They were here, and then they found their home here, and then you could lay on your belly again. It was magic.
Right, and then because then there's like the Kangaroo Pouch started appearing, right? Do you have a Kangaroo Pouch? So the Kangaroo Pouch was basically, it was Velcro. It opened up, and you could they would have mag pouch inserts,
here you go.
or they would have pistol. No, not this one. No.
The double.
No, like
one of those.
it's like an extra pouch opened up on your chest.
Oh, that was the lay
down
map admin pouches that were like a workspace.
No, they didn't flip open. It was literally sewn like here and here, and then it was Velcro just on the top part, and you could open it, and these Velcro pouches would sit in there to either like hold a pistol or pistol magazines or extra rifle magazines.
I missed that generation. I think I was sucking up gas for
Yeah.
that one. So like it's kind of funny because like I am up on a lot of the stuff from my time of being super up on it. But it was always funny because you'd have these like year and a half or year gaps where you'd go on deployment and you'd come back and and if you haven't been on one, back in the day there wasn't much internet. Mail was really slow. It was like 3 to 4 weeks. So you were pretty isolated from the world. You saw crappy Army television, which if you haven't sat through an Army PSA on Armed Forces Network, you don't know what bad television is. You just don't. But like you come back and part of what you get filled in on is like, hell, you'd miss a whole deployment of new equipment for like just the service.
Yeah.
You know, like you'd come back and everybody's wearing plate carriers. You're like, when did we get those? And they're like, oh, like 6 months ago. Like, oh, we didn't get those overseas.
So continuing on with the minimalist era, more show and tell. So I think one of the first guys, and I know Geardos are going to correct me, but
also gear queer is acceptable, but not very politically correct.
I don't have any plates in here, sorry.
I can hold that up for you.
No, it's
Vanna.
Yeah, just hold that up. So this is the Essentials Only Carrier 2 from Mission Spec, Brent Keltner out in Mission Spec in the Kansas area. So we got, as you can see here, we've gotten rid of the cummerbund and just replaced it with side straps. So we've lost real estate. So it put more emphasis on having pouches and stuff on your belt. So you're almost, if you really want to carry more stuff, you're lighter here on the chest, but you gain weight around your belt. This is a range officer design that I use, when I'm filming at events, and it's airsoft. I don't put real plates in my plate carriers.
They're really heavy, guys. I think the last set of plates I was issued in real life were like 45 pounds just for the plates, side plates, and chest and back, man.
Yeah, because there was
sucks, dude.
In airsoft, here's where the transition went through. It went from foam, a foam insert,
to hard inserts,
that were filled with air,
to frozen water tanks,
to the ice plates,
Q
plates,
Q plates, I think it was.
Yeah, Q plates,
core with a Q.
Yes,
with a Q.
So and then people are just going out and just buying old expired plates to throw in there, and I'm like, why?
Those are here's
heavy.
a little secret. When we go to the field, sometimes we wouldn't actually wear plates. We just take cardboard and shove it in there so it looked like plates.
So
it's
because
much more comfortable.
You lost some weight distribution from the cummerbund, having shoulder pads was important for that weight bearing. So now this one is very interesting because Brent had some forward thinking. It's got these vertical buckles because this was a reaction to modular placards.
Oh, so those are the panel systems, basically.
These are the panel systems. So, and I don't have any more like traditional chest rigs, like the old school style. Like, remember the Black Hawk Commando harness?
The Rhodesian Rig?
Yes.
Classic, the Rhodesian Rig.
The Rhodesian Rig, the Black Hawk Commando, that looked like literally it was from G.I. Joe figures Commando.
If you've ever seen Generation Kill on HBO, there's this CIA guy who shows up right before they invade this city or something with the irregulars. What he's wearing is the old Black Hawk Commander.
And the Rhodesian Rig was basically like, what was that one you had?
Oh, this is the tap system?
Yes, the tap system. So imagine the Rhodesian Rig had a molly panel that comes up. Let's lower it down here.
Down here?
Yeah.
Camera two.
A panel that would come up here that would also hold a plate. And so that was where the Rhodesian Rig came from. And so, that's another gear thing.
The chest rigs were the cool guy shit when I was a young private. Like, the reason if you had a chest rig, you were operator as a motherfucker.
It's because you didn't have to wear plates.
Yeah.
It's because you were issued concealable level 3 vest, like the cops have. So there was a big distinction between wearing a concealable
I actually got issued
vest
a set of
versus plates.
Just to be fair, guys, the concealable plates were much heavier. They were like solid steel, and they were like a mold of your chest. They were not. It was actually more comfortable to wear the issued stuff, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, your unit must have sucked. Oh, that's right. Your unit was poor. Mine wasn't.
Sorry, I was in the regular army.
My goodness.
Joint Special Operations Command.
So let's get back to these placards here. So I'm gonna set up my son's rig.
Ooh, this is the Baby Kaiju Spaz Special.
Not baby. Don't call him baby.
I like saying it both ways.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can set this up here. Or at least it's gonna lean
He
just
doesn't
like
watch
that. All
the
right.
show anyway.
I know, right? Okay, so he's 13. Going into high school, he's a little bit smaller. So this plate carrier comes from Trooper Clothing. It's a little bit smaller. It's like it's smaller than a medium plate carrier. So it's like an inch narrower, an inch shorter on the tall side. But this has a Mayflower placard. And the reason why this is so important, because remember these vertical buckles? Because now, depending on, you could change your setup.
Let's say you're carrying an M14 this weekend instead of an M4 or an AK or an MP5.
And now that's come off, and you've got, that placard.
And if you don't have to spend like 4 hours the night before you go out to play, restringing Molly.
I know, right? Dude,
that makes your life so much better.
Because you'd have to have the little Blackhawk tool to
Oh,
help.
no, I just used a Gerber. Like,
You just
I
used a
just did
Gerber,
the
yeah.
Gerber stick thing. Like, I never could bring myself to buy the Blackhawk tool. I just shoved a lot.
So this was a jump in modularity. So this is probably the most innovative thing that's changed tactical gear is the modularity aspect.
So do you actually know where this comes from? The original idea?
Tell us. Oh, great
Okay,
one.
so it actually comes from a guy who was internally doing stuff on the SEAL teams, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do so much stuff in different environments, in and out of water, all this other stuff.
Just ignore me. I'm
They
making a lot
had,
of
like,
Velcro noise.
They would have to issue their guys like 6 or 7 different setups, because those guys operate in so many different environments. And it's much cheaper and easier just to issue a guy 6 different ones of these than a complete vest setup. Because you got to keep in mind, a lot of these guys who live in that weird world, I wasn't part of it, but I kind of was adjacent to it a little bit. They live very short term. And I'm not saying
so
they
tiny
die.
in my hands.
So, like, if you got 2 hours warning that you're getting on a plane to do something, you don't have time to string molly, plan, load magazines, and all that other stuff. If you just have to do 2 buckles, that makes your life a lot easier. And thankfully, that stuff has filtered its way down to us normal people.
Yeah, and so I'm going to talk about some things here because not only for young players, but I've gone mission essential for my son because he doesn't need the radios, the admin pouches, all that. He just needs someplace to hold his magazines,
And a little bit of water.
his water, his dead rag, his aid bandages. So he has a little dead rag here on his shoulder strap. You can see he runs a Source water bladder. The only reason why I transitioned from Camelback to Source, I just felt that Source is just a little bit more robust, and they last longer.
I am not talking trash about Camelback, but we had a lot of problems with you'd lean back on your ruck and you'd hear a pop, and now all your clothes are wet for the weekend.
Yeah.
So
he runs a little. It's like a Velcro fanny pack. So it's not like a fanny pack that goes around your waist, but this is a Haley mission
I'm
multi-mission
terrified of
hanger.
that one. I feel like it's just going to whack me right in the chest.
Actually,
as I
it doesn't
run.
because, and that's like for the extra, like your extra mag, because a teenager needs a place for his phone, right?
He does.
Yeah. So
And snacks. Snacks are important too.
Snacks. Yeah,
And
snacks.
girls' numbers. Wait, no, that's in your phone now. I'm so old.
Yes.
So old.
There's no more little black book.
I told someone the other day I was going to real life Tinder, and they didn't know what I was talking about. I said a bar. It's a bar. It's real life Tinder.
Yeah.
Clueless. It's cool. Sorry.
So, and he carries 4 mags across his chest, and then he's got the Haley flat pack. And the reason why I like that is because you can unzip it and make it bigger or smaller based on what you're doing. So he's got his Source hydration bladder in there. He can expand it, throw his speed loader in there, carry extra BBs, spare battery or whatnot. So things that you don't need
But you
in a
might need.
moment. So it's like that's like you would need help from a buddy, Oh, buddy mags, man!
That's
Buddy
good.
mags came in and out. People would wear
Buddy mags
on
where
the
they'd
back
have,
of your
like,
airsoft
15
kit.
grenades on the back of their stuff.
Yep.
Like, my buddy's going to need all these bangers. So actually, just to expand upon that, I want to point out something really awesome here. Spaz is a young player.
Yep.
He's a kid, has no military background. And I want you to notice something. Can you flip this around? Do you notice how all these straps are nice and tidy, guys? And it looks good, don't get me wrong, when you have all your straps nice and tidy and all your things done up. But more than anything else, it cuts down on the noise. You guys wouldn't believe how many people I hear come and playing outdoor games because I hear buckles banging each other as they walk through the woods, or it gets caught on something and rips a tree down.
So-
having your gear squared away and nice and tight like that is
So
a
if I
really
go
good idea.
and he goes,
The jump test, boys and girls, you're witnessing it without someone in it. A big piece of advice here.
the only thing you hear is his
Yep.
speed loaded with the BBs.
When you get your gear together, put it all together at home and jump up and down and have your friend stand there and hear if he next to you, or your parents or your brother or sister or girlfriend.
Because back in here, I'm going to switch to camera 2 because
two.
this is awesome. Because back in the day, we didn't have these little
Tape
Velcro
it up.
loops to hang up the excess straps. No, we used
100
duct tape or 100 mile an hour tape.
my friend.
And that stuff would
Rolls of
leave the worst residue
It would.
ever.
If you were smart, actually, what a lot of us did. So electrical tape was banned in a lot of units because some sergeant major had a thing up his ass. So what we do is electrical tape wouldn't leave any residues. So we do it in electrical tape, and then you just take a little strip of 100 mile an hour and put it over it, So it looks like you're using 100 mile an hour, and then you never get yelled at. It was like little pro tip for any privates in the audience.
So we've gotten to the point where like our current. So did you bring your current setup?
I did bring my current.
All right. So
We actually have two opposite schools of thought here.
We do. Like. So now we're going to show you what, after all this years of us going through where we are at now with our old, broken guy, decrepit gear. So
this might look like a lot, boys and girls, and it looks very busy because
it looks like a big pile of mush.
So it looks very busy. This is from Condor. It's on the cheap side. This is their recon vest, I believe.
Oh, I have the same one.
Yeah. And why I went to
because
something like this.
Now the recon vest does not come with the bladder H harness. That's an extra purchase that you have to buy separately.
Actually, I'm gonna hold this up. It's not working. So it's a little busy now.
Just put it on. We'll go back to camera one.
Be that guy. I'm putting on airsoft stuff while not playing airsoft.
Yeah. So we'll just put it on.
I'm old. All right. So just to run through my thinking here, guys.
So just scoot a little bit more in the center because there's open camera. Yeah.
So the reason that I went to this vest particularly is that the magazine pouch panels are built into the vest, and they're nice and flush. And you can see when I bring it down, I have almost no space sticking out here. I have room for smoke, frags, extra radio if I got to be in a leadership position, and that's it.
And his dump pouch.
And my dump pouch, because I lose a lot of magazines and they're expensive.
You know, I used to run. Now I replace. I just go.
I run through a lot.
I just can't stand the slapping on the butt anymore.
I've gotten used to it.
You gotten used to it?
It's better than pulling the belt down. And of course, dead rag. And if you notice, all my stuff is nice and taped up and secure.
Because he's OCD that way.
A little bit. But yeah, basically what I like to point out with a rig like this is that you notice I have a lot of open chest space. My armpits are open. My shoulders are open. I'm breathing. Yep. I'm not sweating my ass
You're not
off.
Overheating. And that's a big thing nowadays in airsofters is here's the problem. Okay, guys. Forced hydration
is not a thing.
3 to 7 days before an op
doesn't work.
No. You need to have water as your normal part of your diet. I mean, you have to be drinking, what is it, like 8 cups of water a day?
Well, our body
you can drink as much beer, vodka, it doesn't matter.
Our body has a really nice way of telling us that we're dehydrated. You're thirsty.
Yep.
Just don't drink crap when you're thirsty.
Add
drink
water into your daily routine.
Drink all the monsters you want. Just every third monster, have a glass of water.
And you know, we're gonna have Vanna spin around here. So watch the headphone cable. So you're gonna have to spin back the other way. So and here's this hydration pouch. I don't know. Is this the toilet paper pouch? It looks like it holds a roll of toilet paper.
This is my IFAK right here, guys.
Oh, it's IFAK. Don't get me started on airsoft IFAKs.
So this is
that. No. That's going to be another. Nope.
Okay.
Another conversation. We're not going to because there's people out there like, oh yes, I got to have my air. You need a boo-boo and Band-Aid kit. We're just going to leave it there.
That is a boo-boo and Band-Aid kit. It's
okay.
Yeah, I can do serious stuff.
You don't have chest seals and.
I can do all that. I have stuff for that in there, but I have a lot of boo-boo shit first.
Okay, boo-boo shit.
Like I can do an NPA and all that other stuff, but that's just habit. It's just in there from back in the old days. You know what I mean? Not really necessary. But minimalist is what I'm going for here. It seems kind of busy, but this is my milsim setup, so I have a little extra stuff set up.
You can walk in the woods. You can sit in a vehicle, and he doesn't make noise.
And that's not even hooked up together.
When he jumped up and down, I totally thought of Coming to America. Woof, woof, woof.
But generally, no noise.
Big dog. This big dog right there.
No noise. And believe it or not, I'm a really big guy, and I wear generally more stuff. And I don't make a whole lot of noise in the woods. Most people are pretty shocked by that. And this is one of the reasons I don't have shit hanging off me everywhere. So what's your thoughts on the process?
So I've gone really, really minimalist. So I love everything that
I'm really jealous of this rig.
Brent at Mission Spec does. And by no means is this episode endorsed by Mission Spec. It's just he makes good stuff.
This is just what came out of our closet.
So I used to run a D3CR, Haley Strategic D3CR for the longest time. But now I've gone to the Mag 5 rack, which is very similar to the microfight rig. What is that? Spiritus microfight rig.
These are becoming really popular. My buddy's a medic down at Hood, and these are becoming really popular with the medics because it's as minimal as they can get.
So this little extra pouch, this is not included. So the reason why, and so what has happened here? I'll turn on camera 2. They can get a little zoom in. Little zoom in action. You can back it up a little bit there. So just let it sit right there. There was a trade-off. Because the D3CR, you can have 4 M4 magazines. This one went down to 3, but what I like about it is it added laser cut molly, 2 rows, 2 vertical rows onto the left and right of the rig. So it allows me to be, very modular. So this is very lightweight, and Mag 5 because it's based off the
Would you mind throwing it on real quick?
Stanag 5.56.
I want you guys to see how much space is open on this gentleman's body. That's the key to why he's rocking this stuff. See that? This is all where air can escape and your sweat can do what it needs to do.
So we're gonna switch over back here to camera 1, and I'll stay in here in the middle.
Look at all this space. Let's spin around. He's got nothing on his back for the most part. And the great part about modular setups that like Kaiju's running here is I'm an all-in-one. I like something I can throw on and run. But what he's got is he has different levels. So he can have this if he's just going to an indoor field and just wants to run around real quick. If he needs to add, if he's running HPA, he throws his backpack on.
Okay.
So
this
needs some extra room for mags. You can throw your belt on.
So yeah, I'm an HPA guy. So this is the Tap Airsoft tank bag. Very, very small. And you might think, what's the movie Big Guy in a Little Coat?
Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy.
Big guy.
So this is very small, but look at that.
Still, space is open.
And what's key about having a tank in there is it rides high on the back. Whenever you have any kind of backpack, when you're doing any kind of outdoor activity, whether it's hiking, mountain climbing, airsoft, whatever,
up here,
you want your weight as high as possible.
Down here. Either up high or low.
Yeah.
The middle is death.
Yeah, middle is death. So, and I don't run a hydration bladder anymore because all I drink is water nowadays. I haven't had soda or beer since February of 2017.
Ooh, you're
I know, right?
As I'm sipping the humongous diabetic-inducing
I
drink
know.
next to you right here.
And if I want to go a little bit, this is, my leader rig. So if I just throw this.
Getting extra stuff there.
Got an extra stuff here. So
Getting tagalongs.
So I can throw this on there. I have my extra pouches for smoke and pyro, and then this literally just fits over it.
And as you guys can see, he's building up to the most stressful event he's going to be at. So this is, you can
go this way.
Being modular is really awesome if you're someone who plays a lot of places. If you play the same place every weekend, don't worry about it. But if you're going to be going from playing your local field to a milsim event to maybe an indoor trip to, game pod or something, like you're going to drive a couple hours to go to one of those destination fields, understand that, modularity makes your life a lot easier. And especially as the day goes on, maybe you realize you're only blowing through 3 to 4 magazines a game. You don't need to carry all those extra stuff. Start dropping shit so that you can last longer throughout the day. Modularity is awesome. A little jealous.
So that's, we've gotten through a lot of gear. I mean, there's a lot of things we did not cover.
It's only an hour show. I can do an hour on Molly by itself.
Oh, I know. There's
an hour.
But hey, if you've got your favorite rig, your favorite loadout, whatever, put it in the comments. We love to hear what everybody is out there wearing.
Tell us why we're wrong. You want to do that?
We're just different.
Oh, I was being trolly.
Oh, you're being trolly.
I was being trolly.
I got you.
Okay. Tell us why we're all different.
Because there's a lot of people that are going to say out there
we are all
wrong.
unique souls, and tell us how our differences should power your dreams. Does that work for you?
That is perfect. So we're going to cut to a quick commercial, and we're going to come back because we got
events. We got events.
Yeah, events. We got to pay the bills.
Got to pay the bills.
So we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, run you through some of the events happening in July and August, which there's not a lot because it's hot.
But there's some good stuff.
There is some good stuff.
There's some quality shit out there if you look.
All right. So we're going to run a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Put your favorite rig in the comments below.
Down here. Right down here.
Hey everybody. Thanks for checking us out here at OpEx. I'm Buckwheat from Cerberus Airsoft, New Jersey. Go ahead and do yourself a favor. Check out Valken Alliance at www.valkenalliance.com for your free swag and some really cool guys to meet. talk about the sport.
And we are back to the Valken Debrief, episode number
86.
Six.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sex.
6.
So, and today we've been talking about just the evolution of Molly and gear from, vests to plate carriers to minimalist.
Molly. What's the new one they're calling it?
I don't know. I got to sneeze. Woo!
Let it go.
Woo!
That's a big one.
I know, right? That's why we have pop filters. This is a high budget show. We got all this high speed gear.
So could you technically just sneeze right into it and be okay?
You could, but it actually came out both ends because I'm getting ahead.
Did you sneeze and fart at
Yeah,
the same time?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Too bad this is not smell-o-vision. But but now we're going to talk about events coming up in your area. So let's talk about events.
Oh, you want to do this one or you want me to do this one?
Oh, you're doing this one.
Oh, am I doing this one? Okay, Narcos. This is Battleborn. This is at the Rock in Bolivar, Missouri, which is an old quarry, so it's got some awesome ambiance to the field.
Oh, wow. So, Julio, you got to put him in order. But we're going to keep talking about Narcos, and then we'll go back in order.
Just haul him out and have him shot. just
Stuff happens.
Just put him out back.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that, audience. So Narcos, Family Divided. So I'm guessing... I'm not fully read up on this, but this is some kind of drug running
themed
game.
So this is at the Rock in Bolivar from August 23rd to the 25th. Nigel from Elite Force.
Are you talking Nigel Isles himself?
Yes.
Dials
46. I believe he is going to be on one side, and I think is it Leo or Carl's leading? Damn it, I can't remember.
Someone cool.
Yes.
There will be someone.
It's either Carl or Leo is on the other side. I just can't remember. I think it's Carl.
They're both good guys.
I think it's Carl versus Nigel.
Okay.
That's what I think it is. Oh, and I think Leo is helping Nigel on the other side. So so the brothers are going against each other. But
there's a whole WWF thing we could do for that.
I know, right?
Brothers Divided.
Yeah, so it's going to be at the Rock, which is a rock quarry.
Very cool.
Very unique venue. It's really cool. It'll kick your butt. You'd think, just running around a rock. No.
Nope.
Uh-uh.
No, it's chalk. It's a little dusty there too, so watch out for that when you're down there. Some prep if you're not from that field regularly. Some preparations for your equipment. Maybe you want to put some tape over the cracks in your gun.
Yeah.
Just prepare for dust because it's a relatively it's not like the end of the world, but it's a dustier environment.
Yeah. So the folks, Carl and Leo Lindell from Battleborn Airsoft are coming all the way from Arkansas up to Missouri, which is,
it's like a 3-hour drive, isn't it?
I know, right?
It's not like us going to Denver, man.
I know. So, next one.
What we got? Northern Front 2.
Yep.
This is an AMS local. We talked about this last week. It's up in Bristol.
This is the 1-year anniversary of the first local event that they did.
Yeah, and I'll say the same thing I did last time. If you want, this is July 13th and 14th. I'm sorry, but you can see that on your screen. I don't know why.
Now we're getting back on chronological order.
Yeah,
here.
now we're getting.
So this weekend.
This weekend coming up.
I'm going to be at this event.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
So this is your first chance. Well, since the new Valken Debrief, I'm calling it the new Valken Debrief since
the new debrief.
The new debrief. That you can see the show in person. So some would say. So Kaiju himself will be playing on this event. You're not doing leadership or anything. You're just a role player.
So Spaz and I we're going to be on cost. I am going to be.
Oh, you get to see the Spaz, dude. That's a special event.
So my role is CIG, which is Cost Intelligence Group. So I'm going to be not really a combat controller per se, but I'm going to have a lot of the intel stuff for the cost side, for issuing missions and stuff like that. And I mean, Bo, JP, the founder, they do a great job, and they're out there playing as well.
AMS
but
it's a player-driven.
It is, and it's hard for them to stay on top of that. So I'm helping them out by, even though I'm not in a direct leadership role, I'm an asset to Cade to help guide people when they need something to do or things like that. But my job solely is to help Cade and Cost be successful this weekend at Northern Front.
So if you want to play with the Kaiju for the legend,
dude, okay, play airsoft with Kaiju.
Play airsoft with Kaiju.
Not play with that sounded so bad.
With airsoft guns at an airsoft field with Kaiju, not sexually, but airsoft, and play for the legend himself, Cade Yates. You want to play Cost at Northern Front? I think there might be.
They're sold out. They've been sold out for a couple weeks.
Sold out?
Oh yeah, they're all sides are.
All right.
They actually reopened and they added some, and then they added some more a second time, and then nope, they're done.
Well, then screw that. I'm putting a bounty on him. If you are on the OOFIS side,
What the hell's the matter
and
with
you
you?
can get me a picture of this guy with his dead rag out and you with him, I got something for you.
Okay, so it's have to be a dead rag selfie.
It has to be a dead rag selfie. They not only have to shoot you, they have to get up there and take the selfie with you.
Okay.
This is not an easy task, my friend. This is a hard one. This guy does not look it, but he is elusive. Slippery, like a snake. Slippery. So let me know if you can get that. All right, what's coming up next?
Valken Day.
Vulcan Day. For Vulcan people with Vulcan guns doing Vulcan things at a Vulcan field. Is that what we're talking about?
Balahak Balahak's not a Valken field. They are a Valken authorized dealer. They sell a lot of our stuff, but they are a huge field that you can practically get any brand
They
at
got
Balahak.
a city. They got a lake. They got a second smaller city. They got a down fighter.
Dude, and people go through that lake all the time.
Do they really go through that thing?
They do.
And hey, just
Oh
remember,
my
if it's
gosh,
your
they
first
do.
time there, that swamp sniper hangs out in the swamp. So
That's
keep your eyes
how
on
he got
sucker.
that name.
The swamp sniper is in the swamp when you're there. So yeah, check that out. Should be a fun day. It's July 27th. Special focus on the Appalachian region for Valken Alliance. So come on out and say hi. Is there any special people going to be there? So look out for?
Rob Pierce.
Rob Pierce.
Yep.
Go check it out. He'll be around there saying hi.
Yep.
One last event. Ooh, this is something new to me. So EMR Event Park is where this is going to be at, guys. So could you just testify to how awesome that place is real quick? You were just recently there.
Oh, wait, where are we at? Nope, I skipped, sorry.
Did you? We
Dang
should be
it.
on Night Sky 3.
No, we should be on Eastern Front.
Oh, so
You
I'm
skipped
sorry.
one.
Eastern Front.
And our smoke has frozen. Guess what?
Has it? Whoops. All right, Eastern Front.
There it goes. Smoke is
Back in the game.
dude. It was like magic voodoo. I just Voldemorted and whoa, and it froze.
Patronus. Did I get that right? I don't.
A Patronus is like your spirit.
I'm being nerd
Symbol.
shamed right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got that wrong.
I mean, you could have said like Accio,
Accio.
or you know,
I tried to read the books.
Aloha
I just
Mora,
couldn't get into it.
or
Aloha Mora.
yeah.
Aloha, I like that one. It's kind of Hawaiian feeling.
Yeah.
All right, Eastern Front, August 16th and 18th. Once again, this is another way to get your toe in the water, guys. If you are not someone who is set up to travel long distance and camp forever, if you're not someone who can afford that, if you are a local player, or if you're not sure that that's your gig, these AMS local events are a great way to test it out. It's kind of the big chaos from, Copperhead or Broken Home or all this other stuff, and it's compacted down to a more palatable one-day experience. And if you're interested in this side of the sport, I really encourage you guys to get out to these AMS local events because they will give you the preparation you're going to need to come out to bigger events.
Because most of these local fields that do scenario days, it's just a one-day thing. So this you get an opportunity to experience what a 2-day local event is. And even if you live nearby, so what? Camp out on site, pitch your little tent, have fun, meet other people, because if you don't camp out at these local events on the field,
all your
you're
favorite
missing out.
celebrities are there too. Like you could be
You're missing
sleeping
out.
right next to your favorite YouTuber. That's been like a little encouragement. YouTubers
Don't do it for exposure bucks.
do it for the gram.
Don't,
do it for the gram.
No, the exposure bucks aren't worth it. No.
All right, yeah, Eastern Front, awesome, and that's going to be at On Target Paintball. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah,
field?
OTP Paintball.
Have you been there?
Yeah, they're a Valken authorized dealer in Pemberton, New Jersey.
What's the field like? It's a general vibe there.
It's an outdoor field. They got a lot of bunkers. Because a lot of the South Jersey Airsoft Club.
Story time.
They frequent Strike Force South, which is an indoor field, OTP, a couple other places. South Jersey Airsoft is probably one of the largest local groups that I've encountered they're all about each other.
So
Not like in a selfish way, but they are a very close-knit family, and they're fairly large.
So if you're like in that area and you're looking to get into the sport, there's some people you might want to give a holler at.
Oh
what's
yeah,
up.
you know,
Point you in the right direction.
if you're looking at a place to play, go to Strike Force South or go to OTP. go online and Google South Jersey Airsoft, SJA, because there's a lot of teams, airsoft teams, that are part of the South Jersey Airsoft group, and they're a great bunch of guys. I actually got to play with a lot of them at Bad Blood, and what's funny is seeing all the SJA folks running around in Hawaiian shirts was hilarious.
Easy to pick them out. You know?
I was the only one that chose a sports jersey, so I wore my custom Eagles jersey.
No, we can't have that discussion.
I know, but they didn't know who I was. Only like Cerberus Airsoft, because they're an alliance team, they knew who I was, so they called me Kaiju. But all the SJA guys were like, "Hey, Eagles, what's going on over there? Hey, you see anything? You need any help? Eagles, what's up?"
If you guys don't know this, there's no Philly fans there's no Eagles fans in Pennsylvania. It's Philadelphia and South Jersey. That's who supports that team.
Yeah.
Everybody else is a Steelers fan in that state. So
that's true.
It's a funny little tidbit there. If you're talking Eagles, you're actually talking Jersey, not Pennsylvania.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, what we got? So now can I do
yes.
now? Okay.
Yes, this is the last one.
All right, Night Sky 3, August 23rd to the 25th. This is the Northeast region. Otherworld Milsim. This is a relatively new company. They do a couple events a year.
Yep.
They're going to be at EMR, which you were just at, and had lots of great things to say.
Yeah, this is Paul Whitman. Some of you that they're like, man, I know that name. Where's that from? Jackal Tactical in the Northeast region. Jackal Tactical is his retail shop. He's a full retail shop, tech work, all that stuff. Paul's a good dude. He's also a Star Wars geek, so
it's always time to get.
So is charisma, plus 2 points charisma, D&D reference. And
all I could think in my head when you said that is like +6 virginity airsofter. You know what I mean? Like, it's all I could see in my head.
Did you say +6 virginity?
Yes, I did.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Okay.
Popped in my head.
So he's also helps run or runs Otherworld Milsim. And they're in Northeast, and this is he had one event earlier this year, and then this is his other one, Night Sky 3. He's not one of those guys that's like greedy, that's got to do 8 to 10 events in a year.
He just spends a lot of time working up to 1 or 2.
Yep, he does a couple events a year. He's really good about focusing on the player and supporting EMR.
What would you say his style of events are? Is it more of an open world? Is it more of like Milsim Light? Is it more of like
Milsim Light. Milsim Light. Yep.
So if you guys don't know, Milsim Light, what I'm referring to is that's restricted rules for guns and stuff, but like everybody doesn't have to like have perfect NATO kits.
Yes.
That's the term I'm using. That's what that term
and
is.
And it's typically like light versus dark or tan versus green. It's not like M81 versus 3-color desert only.
And I swear to God, if you don't have an IBAS on from this year's set, you're gone.
No, he's not like that at all. No, Paul's a really good dude. He actually surprised me. We were both at Star Wars Celebration, but we never ran into each other.
Is this like an LA celebration?
No, this was Chicago.
The big one.
Yeah, it was the big one. And they had it in Chicago in April. But we never ran into each other. Afterward, Target did an exclusive release of Darth Vader Funko Pops. And they're like, well, it's a Darth Vader Funko Pop. But it was in red chrome. It was a Target exclusive. Sold out like in a couple days. Well, he brought one for me,
That's a quality dude.
To
that's
Bad Blood. And I was like, oh, dude, how much was it? Let me give you some money. He's like, no.
No, this is free.
I was like,
I
want to buy it.
Just mention my event in a couple months.
No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. But we are clearing his schedule. We are going to have Paul Whitman from Jackal Tactical and Otherworld Milsim on the show.
No way.
Yes. So he's going to be on the show. We're going to get NYC Airsoft. We're going to get Moondog on the show. There you go, NYC.
Little old school. There. That's my old stomping grounds. I mean, I can speak his language. He'll sound weird to you, not me. He'll sound normal to me, but he'll sound weird to you.
Gotcha.
Say like ball, door, fall, stuff like that.
Actually, he's Asian.
Asian people can have accents too?
He doesn't sound like he's a New Yorker.
So funny story about that.
My gosh.
Okay, so I'm in Korea, right? I luck out.
What does that have to do with New Yorker?
No, I'm getting there. Hold on. It links together. It's a fun story.
Right.
So I'm in Korea. We're doing this change of responsibility for my company. I luck out. I'm the short guy. I don't have to stand in formation. So here I am. I go pop a squat out of view in the shade. I'm going to enjoy my afternoon while they stand there and practice this. Life is good in the Army for once. Katusa sits down next to me. If you don't know what a Katusa is, these are Korean augmentees to the United States Army. They are Korean soldiers who speak English that are supposed to be our translators. They're part of your unit, like you have them in your squad, or if you're a tanker, you might have a Korean driver instead of an American driver. And so he leans over to me and he says, "Hey man, can I bum a smoke from you?" And I looked at him because out from this Korean soldier's mouth came a perfect North Jersey accent.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly. And I go, whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell, man? Like, where are you from? I feel a little bad about saying that. And he goes, "Oh, I'm from Bergen County." And I'm like, "So what are you doing in the Korean Army?" He's like, "So funny story. It goes like this. My parents immigrated from Korea when I was like 2 years old. Never told me I still had Korean citizenship. I joined the U.S. Army last year. I came over here. When I hit customs, they said, no, you're still a Korean citizen. You got to do your 2 years in the Korean Army."
Oh, he had
So
to do
he
his
was
conscript
doing his
time.
2 years in the Korean Army and then had to go finish his contract with our Army. So a 4-year contract in the U.S. Army turned into a 6-year multinational contract for him.
Oh, wow.
So he had a straight up Bergen County, like you would have thought Real Housewives of New Jersey was coming out of this guy's mouth. And he was in a complete Korean uniform, like in the Korean
Wow,
Army.
they wanted his 2 years.
Oh, they're big on that, dude.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, before you travel to Korea, even if you don't think so, make sure your family has no Korean citizenship. Because if you still have Korean citizenship, they will snatch you up for the Army like that. They don't
Oh,
screw
my
around over
goodness. All right. So thank you all for joining us in this week's episode number 86.
86. This is my third time on. Third episode.
Actually, because you were on, I guess, when...
Yeah, but I was a guest. I wasn't...
Yeah, you were a guest.
This is my third time hosting. If I come back on...
Oh,
as a
it
guest,
is
I'll
your
count.
third time hosting.
It's third time hosting.
Holy smokes.
I was a guest
Man,
once,
time
third
flies.
time hosting. I'm really stoked. This is fun.
Oh, man.
Hope you're enjoying me here. I'm
Yes.
enjoying being here.
If you enjoyed Peltest, hit that heart button right there
Hearts,
in the
lots
bottom
of
right-hand
hearts.
corner.
And the bell. Push the goddamn bell
There's no bell.
for notifications.
Oh, that's right.
Subscribe.
That's what that... Wow, you actually caught up on social media.
I did.
So thank you for watching, whether you're watching via Facebook or YouTube
SoundCloud.
or listening via podcast on SoundCloud or iTunes. Don't forget you can join the Valken Alliance at valkenalliance.com.
Check out Enola Gaye for all your smoke and explosive needs.
They, a great sponsor.
Check out him at Kaiju_Colorado.
On
and
Instagrams.
me at Peltest_Airsoft on Instagram if you want to see what we're doing. Airsoft, excuse me.
Yep.
And we'll be seeing you guys soon.
Yeah, so this weekend I'm going to be at Northern Front.
Northern Front.
Black
Find
Ops
him,
Bristol.
Shoot him. Let me know.
Selfie
Tag
Dead
me.
Rag.
Tag me with him, Selfie Dead Rag, and
Yep.
I got something for you.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
But there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second. Surrender.
I didn't think you had it in you. I'm your Huckleberry.
We will not go quietly into the night.
It is your killer instinct which must be harnessed if you expect to survive in combat.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
Remember this day, man, or it will be yours for all time.
What keeps you awake at night?
Nothing. I keep other people awake at night.